In the sun-drenched savannas of Africa, where the horizon stretches endlessly and the air shimmers with heat, stories are born with every sunrise. Here, legends are written in dust, not ink. The earth itself remembers the footsteps of those who dared to leave a mark. This is the story of Sizanani, a lion whose name means help each other, a name he would come to define not just for his pride, but for all who witnessed his journey. Sizanani was a king, not just in strength, but in the unyielding fire of his spirit. His presence commanded respect, his gaze unwavering even in the face of adversity. He faced a daily war within his own body, walking through a metaphorical fire that would have broken any lesser being. Each day, pain threatened to consume him, but he pressed on. Each limping step was a victory, a symbol of resilience for all who watched. The savannah held its breath as he moved, every stride a testament to his willpower. He taught us that survival isn't the absence of struggle, but the courage to move forward when surrender seems easier. In his eyes burned a lesson for all who face hardship. The African bush is unforgiving. Weakness is a death sentence. Only the strongest, or the most determined, endure the relentless trials of this land. Yet Sizanani rewrote the rules, proving a broken body doesn't mean a broken spirit. His scars became badges of honor, reminders of battles fought and survived. His story resonates because it mirrors our own battles and hopes. We see ourselves in his struggle, in his refusal to give up, and in his quiet strength. His legend began not with a roar, but with a determined limp, a heart refusing to stop. The world watched as he turned pain into purpose, and adversity into inspiration. Sizanani's journey is a reminder that true strength is often silent, found in persistence against the wild. It is the quiet endurance, the refusal to yield, that defines greatness. He lost his physical perfection, but gained immortality in the hearts of all who knew his tale. His legacy is not in how he looked, but in how he lived and inspired others. He was, and always will be, the lion who walked through fire, an eternal symbol of courage, resilience, and the unbreakable spirit that lives within us all. Before his greatest trial, Sizanani was a titan of the Sabi Sand Game Reserve. As part of the Birmingham coalition, he and his brothers ruled with unmatched authority. His mane was a regal banner, his body a masterpiece of power. Together, the coalition's roars declared their dominance across the land. Sizanani was more than a fighter. He was a strategist, a loyal brother, and a vigilant protector. He patrolled, hunted, and sired cubs, living the dream of every male lion. At the zenith of his power, he was a majestic ruler in a world where strength is everything. But the savannah's fortunes shift quickly. Sizanani's strength was about to be tested in a way no one could foresee. The era of the untouchable king was ending. The era of the resilient warrior was about to begin. The stage was set for a transformation that would make him a legend. The life of a dominant lion is fraught with danger, not just from rivals but from the very world he rules. Every day, Sizanani, the mighty lion, must remain vigilant, his senses always on high alert. The African savanna is a place of beauty but also of constant threat, where the line between hunter and hunted is razor thin. Even the prey he hunts can turn the tables in an instant. Buffalo, with their massive horns and unyielding strength, are among the most dangerous adversaries a lion can face. Each hunt is a gamble, a test of skill and nerve. During a violent buffalo hunt, Sizanani's world changed forever. The ground trembled beneath the stampede, dust swirling as chaos erupted all around him. In the frenzy, a single misstep proved disastrous. A powerful shove from a buffalo sent him crashing down, his back leg twisted deep in a hidden warthog burrow. In that moment, the hunter became the hunted. The crack of bone echoed across the plains, sealing his fate, a catastrophic hip injury that would change everything. Pain shot through his body, and the world seemed to close in around him. For a lion, such an injury is often a death sentence. Mobility and power gone in an instant. The savannah is unforgiving and weakness is rarely tolerated. He could no longer run, leap, or even walk without agony. Every step was a reminder of his vulnerability, every movement a struggle against pain. In the wild, a predator who can't hunt is a liability. Hunger gnawed at him, and the distance between him and his prey grew wider each day. Most lions would not survive. The pride cannot support the weak. The social bonds that once protected him now faded, as survival instincts took over. Sizanani's future seemed bleak, a path toward a lonely, painful end. The vast plains that were once his kingdom now felt empty and cold. The king had fallen, his dominance shattered. The weight of defeat pressed down on him, heavier than any wound. Isolated by pain, his mighty roars replaced by groans, he struggled to stand. Each attempt to rise was a battle against his own body. The confident stride was gone, replaced by a desperate hobble. Every movement was a testament to his will to survive, even as hope faded. Now, survival, not dominance, became his only goal. In the face of overwhelming odds, Sizanani's spirit was tested as never before. Where most lions' stories would end, Sizanani's legend began. His journey was not one of easy triumph, but of relentless struggle and unwavering determination. In the wild, weakness is rarely forgiven, and yet, Sizanani refused to let his injuries define his fate. Refusing to give up, he forced himself to move, each step a battle against pain. Every morning he rose with the sun, pushing his battered body forward, even when every muscle screamed in protest. He adapted, using knowledge and patience to hunt smaller prey or scavenge. No opportunity was too small, no meal too humble. He learned to read the land, to sense the faintest movement in the grass, and to wait for the perfect moment to strike. Even stalking tortoises became a victory. Each catch, no matter how modest, was a testament to his ingenuity and willpower. Keeping up with his coalition was a daily marathon, but he always followed, guided by their roars and tracks. The bond with his brothers was his lifeline, and he clung to it fiercely, never allowing himself to fall too far behind. He endured scorching days and cold nights alone, driven by a will to survive. The savannah was unforgiving, but Sizanani's spirit was tougher than the elements. He braved hunger, thirst, and isolation, always pressing on. His persistence was miraculous. He continued to patrol, mark territory, and join his brothers at kills. Despite his injuries, he never abandoned his duties, proving his worth to the coalition time and again. His right to eat was earned through sheer grit, not the chase. He waited patiently, never demanding, but always present, a quiet force among giants. Physically diminished, his spirit grew formidable. Each scar told a story of survival. Each hardship forged a deeper strength within him. Sizanani taught that courage is not the absence of pain, but the choice to keep moving forward. His journey was a living lesson in perseverance, inspiring all who witnessed his struggle. He became a living embodiment of survival's will. Against all odds, he stood tall, a testament to the power of resilience. His journey was a lesson in adaptation and resilience. Sizanani's story reminds us that true strength is found not in perfection, but in the refusal to surrender. He was no longer just a lion, but a symbol of unbreakable will. His legacy would echo across the plains, inspiring generations to come. Every day he survived was a triumph over fate. Each dawn brought new challenges, but also new hope. Sizanani's spirit burned brighter than ever, a beacon of hope and courage in the heart of the wild. In the wild, coalitions often abandon the weak, but Sizanani's brothers defied this rule. Nsuku in particular showed remarkable loyalty, waiting, roaring to guide, and sharing food. The coalition sometimes left portions of kills, a lifeline for their injured brother. These acts of support were rare gestures of compassion in a harsh world. Sizanani's name, help each other, came alive in these moments. Even young males showed respect, letting him eat his share. The wild is not a fairy tale, and support was not constant, but these moments tethered Sizanani to life. In the heart of the wilderness, brotherhood and loyalty shone through. Despite his brother's support, much of Sizanani's journey was solitary. Separated by his injury, he faced days and nights utterly alone on the vast plains. Vulnerable, he relied on cunning and resilience to survive. He became adept at finding water, shade, and sensing danger. Every meal was a hard-won victory. The pain was constant, but the psychological toll of isolation was even greater. Lions are social. To be cut off is a profound stress. Yet Sizanani endured, always seeking his brothers, never giving in to despair. His solitary treks were a testament to his unbreakable will. Reunions with his coalition were deeply moving, proof that his survival was forged in solitude as much as in brotherhood. Alone, Sizanani's spirit shone brightest. Sizanani's struggle captivated rangers, photographers, and a global audience. He became a symbol of hope. His daily fight followed and celebrated worldwide. Rangers spoke of him with awe. His heart is stronger than his bones. Guides saw in his eyes both pain and relentless determination. Fans drew inspiration from his story, finding strength for their own battles. Sizanani's journey became a lesson in not giving up, no matter the odds. He His impact transcended the animal kingdom, touching countless human lives. He never knew his fame, but his fight inspired many. His story proved that the most powerful lessons are lived, not just told. Sizanani left an indelible mark on all who followed his journey. Sizanani's life mirrored the classic hero's journey. He began as a king, was thrust into adversity by injury, and descended into a world of pain and struggle. His tests were daily survival, his allies, his brothers, his enemies, pain and predators. He transformed from a mighty warrior to a wise survivor, relying on intelligence and spirit. Each day lived was a triumph, his reward life and dignity. He returned from his trials changed, physically weaker but spiritually stronger. Sizanani became more than a lion, he became a symbol. His story reminds us that true heroism is rising after every fall. His limp was the signature of his heroism, etched in the dust of the savannah. All legends must end, and Sizanani's did, peacefully, after years of defying the odds. He died not as a victim, but as a king and survivor, surrounded by family. His legacy lives on, not in bloodshed, but in the hearts of those inspired by his story. Sizanani became a symbol of resilience, his tale retold across the world. He taught that survival is as much mental as physical. His spirit continues to inspire, challenging our ideas of strength and weakness. His strength was in his spirit, unbreakable to the end. The legend of Sizanani, the lion who refused to give up, lives on. His story is a roar of inspiration and hope. He was a hero whose legacy will forever walk the wild, proud and undaunted. Sizanani. His presence was felt long before he was seen, a whisper on the wind, a shadow in the tall grass. The land seemed to hold its breath, waiting for the moment he would emerge. Among the Birmingham males, Sizanani stood apart, a force of nature whose presence changed the very dynamics of the land. He was not just another lion, he was a game changer, a catalyst for a new era in the pride's history. From his youth he displayed a quiet, simmering intensity, his power evident not in noise, but in a steady, calculating gaze. His eyes, deep and piercing, seemed to see through the very soul of the savannah, understanding its secrets and its challenges. Rangers noted his purposeful movements, each step a declaration of intent to rule. His stride was confident, each paw print a mark of his growing dominion over the land. Sizanani's legend grew through quiet, decisive victories, ending conflicts before they began, his calm dominance more intimidating than any roar. He was a master of psychological warfare, his mere presence enough to quell potential threats. He was the anchor of his coalition, the pillar his brothers rallied around in moments of uncertainty. In times of crisis, it was Sizanani who provided the strength and stability needed to navigate through the storm. His strength lifted the entire brotherhood to legendary status. Together, they became a formidable force, their unity and power unmatched in the wild. The name Sizanani, meaning we are together, reflected his role as the coalition's heart. He was the glue that held them together, the spirit that inspired their collective strength. His journey was just beginning, but already the wilderness knew a king had come to claim his throne. The horizon held endless possibilities, and Sizanani was ready to seize them all. Nothing would ever be the same again. The legend of Sizanani was just starting to unfold, promising a future where his name would be etched into the annals of the wild. Sizanani's physical presence was awe-inspiring, a colossal lion, larger than most, his silhouette commanding the horizon as the sun dipped low over the savannah. Every movement he made seemed to ripple with power, his muscles shifting beneath a coat that gleamed in the golden light. With a frame built for battle, Sizanani moved with a purposeful stride, each step a testament to the strength and agility that set him apart from other lions. His dark-streaked mane, thick and wild, framed a face marked by scars, each one a story of survival. Those massive shoulders and deep chest signaled his superiority, a warrior engineered by nature and tested by countless trials. Rangers spoke in hushed tones of his strength, recalling how he could bring down a buffalo alone, a feat for several lions. They watched in awe as he tackled prey many would not dare to face, his raw power on full display. His power was raw but wielded with precision. Sizanani was not reckless. He was a master tactician, reading the land and his adversaries with a hunter's intuition. Sizanani never backed down, facing rival coalitions, hyenas or buffalo head-on, his courage born of unshakable confidence. He met every challenge with a fearless heart, never showing weakness no matter the odds. He trusted his strength, knowing hesitation meant death in the wild. In the unforgiving bushveld, only the bold survived, and Sizanani embodied that truth. Stories of his battles became legend, driving off hyenas with a single assault, scattering entire packs with a thunderous charge that echoed across the plains. He stood his ground against a bull elephant to protect his pride's cubs, a display of bravery that few would dare attempt. His actions inspired awe and respect, not just from his pride but from all who witnessed his defiance. These were not just fights but demonstrations of a king defending his realm. Each roar, each confrontation, was a declaration that this land belonged to him and his family. His strength maintained order and security, making him a true heavyweight champion of the bushveld. Under his watchful gaze, the pride thrived, and rivals kept their distance. Sizanani's fearlessness and power set him apart from all others. He was more than a leader. He was a legend, a force of nature that shaped the destiny of his world. He was the embodiment of dominance, a titan forged in the wild heart of the bushveld, whose legacy would echo for generations. Sizanani's leadership in battle was absolute. His presence alone could shift the balance of power in the wild. Every movement he made was calculated, every decision sharpened by instinct and experience. He led the Birmingham coalition with calculated, devastating attacks, orchestrating their movements like a master tactician. Under his command, the coalition moved as one, their unity making them nearly unstoppable. Sizanani targeted the strongest rivals, breaking their morale and inspiring his brothers to follow. He understood that true dominance meant not just defeating enemies, but shattering their will to resist. In one legendary encounter, he ended a fight in mere seconds, overwhelming an intruder with sheer force and precision. His power was undeniable, his speed unmatched. Sizanani's victories were efficient, conserving energy and establishing dominance. He never wasted effort. Each battle was a lesson in power and restraint. His reputation became a weapon. Rival lions often retreated at his scent alone, knowing that to face him was to risk everything. He was a walking symbol of Birmingham power, his legend growing with every sunrise. Stories of his conquests spread across the savannah, whispered by those who witnessed his might. Trackers said, "Many lions roar to announce their power, but Sizanani announced his with silence." His quiet confidence was more intimidating than any roar. While others roared, he patrolled, his quiet steps more threatening than any sound. The mere sight of him on the move sent shivers through the grasslands. His actions spoke of absolute dominance. Every gesture, every stride reinforced his authority over the land and its inhabitants. Sizanani ruled not through noise but through the undeniable reality of his strength. His presence was a constant reminder of who held power. He was a king whose crown was forged in victory, his reign marked by both fear and respect. His reign was defined by action, not proclamation. Every day he proved his worth through deeds, not words. The bushveld had never seen a monarch like him, a lion whose legend was written not just in roars but in the silent, unyielding march of conquest. Under Sizanani, the Birmingham coalition launched a relentless campaign of expansion, seeking not just land, but an empire. Sizanani was the driving force, leading his brothers in full-scale invasions of established prides like Styx, Ninkuhuma, and Torchwood. He dismantled resident males, claimed new territory, and inspired his coalition to fight with unmatched ferocity. His quiet presence won over lionesses, ensuring the Birmingham bloodline's future. Expansion meant more prey, water, and strategic vantage points, resources Sizanani instinctively secured. He patrolled new boundaries daily, swiftly dealing with intruders. The Birmingham Empire, built on his strength and strategy, became one of the most dominant coalitions in Sabi Sand history. Sizanani's vision and power shaped a legacy of dominance. No empire rises without opposition, and the Birmingham Male's greatest rivals were the formidable Matimba coalition. The clash was inevitable, a titanic struggle for supremacy that defined an era. Sizanani was the bulwark, meeting every Matimba advance head-on, his calm demeanor unnerving his rivals. He stood at the front, absorbing aggression and refusing to yield an inch. Psychological warfare was as crucial as physical, and Sizanani's quiet confidence often broke the Matimba's resolve. Relentless pressure and unwavering intimidation pushed the Matimbas out, conceding prime territory. This victory cemented Sizanani's status as a legendary king. He faced his greatest rivals and emerged completely victorious. Sizanani's leadership was unique. He commanded through quiet presence, not loud displays. His authority was never questioned. His brothers followed his lead without hesitation. A nod or shift in posture was all it took to direct the coalition. Rangers noted that Sizanani's mere approach restored order, his authority implicit and unchallenged. His calmness was his greatest weapon, unsettling rivals more than any roar. True power, he proved, doesn't need to announce itself, it simply is. Sizanani was the anchor, providing stability for the coalition to thrive. In the theater of the African bush, he was the silent king whose reign was absolute. His leadership was about presence, not performance. Sizanani's quiet command defined an era. Even kings face hardship. Sizanani suffered a severe hip injury in battle, leaving him with a limp. Many thought his reign was over, but Sizanani refused to give up. Despite pain and limitation, he continued to lead, his spirit unbreakable. He adapted, relying on upper body strength and presence to win battles. His resilience inspired his brothers, who rallied around him, ensuring he was protected and fed. Even injured, Sizanani's experience and will were irreplaceable. He remained the coalition's heart, teaching that true strength is fighting on despite weakness. This period cemented his legacy, not just as a king in his prime, but as a leader who endured. Sizanani proved dominance came from mind and heart, not just muscle. He kept leading and inspiring until the end. His unbreakable spirit became the most powerful chapter of his story. Sizanani's story is incomplete without his brother Nsuku, the emotional core of the Birmingham coalition. Their bond, forged in childhood, became their greatest strength. Sizanani was the anchor and strategist, Nsuku, the vocal and agile partner. Together, they moved with near telepathic understanding, a force greater than the sum of their parts. When Sizanani was injured, Nsuku became his guardian, walking beside him, ensuring he ate and driving away rivals. Their loyalty transcended survival, a powerful display of brotherly devotion. For those who watched, their relationship was a moving narrative of family and strength. The image of Nsuku standing guard over his wounded brother is unforgettable. The Birmingham coalition was a family, held together by the unbreakable bond of two legendary brothers. Their story is a testament to the enduring power of loyalty. Sizanani's legacy lives on in the bloodlines he created, the territories he conquered, and the stories still told by Rangers. He was more than a dominant lion. He was a defining figure whose reign brought stability and power. His influence reshaped the Sabi sand, his genes a living testament to his strength. Sizanani taught that true leadership is quiet, confident, and rooted in action. His courage, even when injured, showed a spirit that refused to be conquered. The bond with Nsuku added emotional depth, proving that even the most powerful need family. Sizanani was the unstoppable force, the quiet commander, the wounded warrior, and the loyal brother. His story will be told for generations, a saga of what it means to be a king. Sizanani's roar, both uttered and silent, will echo across the plains forever.